Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Nitrostorm here. Welcome back to Snowbreak Containment Zone. So, a few videos are going to be upcoming, but we're going to be starting with Yao. So, as you can see, I am now able to make her M2, and similar to life as well, I can make her M2 as well, but she's for another video. We're going to be focusing on Yao, as I've mentioned. Now, the reason why I'm excited to make this video is because her M2 seems very nice on paper, for sure. And the only thing you would want to complement this M2, this new passive, is having a nice amount of S energy regeneration on your logistics. So for example, I got 14.1% here, another 14.1% here. Obviously this one's more focused on damage, but you know, that's for another day. So as you can see, the M2 here, it says entering solar flare state will instantly recharge full scorching sun awakening stacks, which is the number of charges you have on your standard skill. It'll replenish it to full, and on top of that it will reduce the cooldown to 3 seconds, and currently the cooldown is 9 seconds. So we are reducing the cooldown by 66.6%, right? By 2/3. Let's just put it nicely. Now, the reason, I mean, because of how the passive is like, we're not really comparing the damage, but more so comparing the gameplay, right? So, without further ado, let's take a look at M1. So, our best friend for this video is Hela, the normal version. All we're going to be doing is increasing her max HP as well as reducing our attack, just so we don't deal that much damage, right? Let's do this, just so we deal as little damage as possible, because we're mainly focusing on the gameplay. So I think this is good enough. Let's give this a go. We're only going to be using Yao, but we'll bring in Chenxing. Let me see if she has the healer mode on. Okay, we do. So we'll just bring her just for healing, just in case, and we'll also bring healer Yao just in case as well. So I'll be back actually once we have ult ready. All right, welcome back. So as you can see, our ult is ready, and as you can see, my E is not full, right? So when I press Q at M1, as you can see, it still keeps my stacks, right, pretty slow. And then I reload, right? You know, I do the usual, you know, right? Like so. And as you can see, you know, it's taking a while. Let's see the reload. I mean, so the current cooldown is 9 seconds, right? And as you can see, it is taking a while for it to reload and stuff. So, you know, well, it's kind of inconvenient when you're trying to deal damage, right? And yeah, that's pretty much the gameplay. As you can see, I pretty much have to wait a long time, and yeah, obviously I lost, but in any case, that's pretty much it for the gameplay. As you can see, waiting for the E to come back means that we're essentially you know, kind of like sitting ducks if you wanted to keep our ult mode active. So now let's upgrade to M2, and let's take a look at the massive difference that I can pretty much guess. All right, so we've got Yao here ready. M2, we're now going to be getting this juicy passive. Boom. Very, very nice. Now here's the M2. Let's take this out for a spin. However, this time we're going to be actually playing the whole thing, so I'll just show you why it's so good. So, you know, I'm just going to rush, right?
Going to like this.
Just gonna keep rushing the trying to get as far as possible into the, you know, trying to get to ult mode as fast as possible. Oh, I mean, if I don't miss, right?
Don't waste.
There we go. We're getting there, nearly there.
Winter warmer for you.
Gonna make ult.
I am reborn.
Back to full, easy. And a reload.
Great.
Oh. Oops.
Medics will be working overtime today. Supplies. Laser in place.
There we go.
You're a nut. Going to like this.
So we've basically, the cooldown is now low enough that we are now running out of S energy. Right? Before we were getting more S energy than we were using. This time you kind of want more S energy now. But it's still relatively manageable, right?
Too warmer for you.
There you go. So pretty nice overall. So I think to improve, I'd probably want to get more S energy perhaps. But overall, that was pretty nice. So as you can see there, there was definitely a very noticeable difference in performance. The things you want to prioritize now has changed. Now when it comes to logistics, I'm not too sure if the extra 14.1% S energy recovery bonus would make a difference. It might, right? So I might have to change my unfortunately relatively OP third piece here with 100 alignment, index, and attack. Maybe I should go for something else, right? But I don't have anything good for the time being, so I'll just have to reconsider. But yeah, so I think 14.1% is a max roll in S energy recovery bonus, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong though, right? But even with two what it seems to be max rolls of S energy recovery bonus, is still kind of not enough for the M2 passive. But as you already saw from the difference, there was less waiting required to shoot with the E buff, and I was able to shoot more often in my ultimate form thanks to a lot of the stuff that the M2 provides. So it's not necessarily damage that it provides, but more consistent shooting by utilizing the E. So if you have Space Cowboy like her signature weapon, this M2 will definitely skyrocket your DPS further in the ultimate form due to the faster charges that the M2 provides. So yeah, overall very fun M2. Hopefully I get Space Cowboy soon, and if I do, I'll just make a video on how much it costs to want to level 80 a weapon right away. But yeah, hopefully you all enjoyed this video. M2 is definitely nice. I'll quickly talk about a future manifestation, M3, to tell you if it's worth. It says here, when solar flare state ends, for every remaining bullet, Yao recovers 15% of the U energy consumed. This effect is not affected by U energy recovery. So what this means is, if you have bullets remaining on your ult and you go back to normal, you gain 15% times the number of bullets you have remaining. And to know exactly how many bullets, well, if you take a look at the ultimate here, we get 5 ammo capacity. So 5 times 15 is 75% U energy, meaning you can basically go back to this form very easily, assuming you have U energy cooldown, right? Which is very nice to think about. So this is more so for increased efficiency when it comes to running out of S energy. So getting out relatively early, and then the 20 seconds to gain back the ult energy to go back to this form. By the time that's ready, the 20 seconds, your S energy should be full again, so you can go back and bursting with Yao. So overall, very fun. I would say the M3 is also nice to go for, but if you are working on multiple 5 stars, then stopping at M2 is a safe place to stop. But M3 is definitely a fun thing to consider, but I wouldn't say necessary either. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully you found this useful. If you got any more questions in regards to Yao or anything to do with Snowbreak Containment Zone in general, do let me know down in the comments below. Stay tuned for when I M2 Wild Hunt, live Wild Hunt. It's been your boy Nitrostorm. I'll see you guys in the next stream or video. Peace.